Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande, Roth. We're looking at an okay weekend. 50, a little breezy today, but we'll get some sunshine. 55 and sunny for Saturday, 47 and sunshine for Sunday. And away we go. The first full weekend of spring. Yes, very exciting and very excited about it. Before we get into a couple of things here, I want to let those of you who binge watch stuff or just like random shows that I started watching, and this is an old one. There's 6 seasons in, or I think 6, and it might have ended already, and I know I'm getting a late start, but Peaky Blinders on Netflix. I'm in. I'm wrapped up in it. I was looking for something, and I'm like, all right, let me see what all the fuss is about. I'll give myself one episode. And they dragged me in. So, Peaky Blinders, I got the subtitles on, and I got to do it with the subtitles anyway. Anything. Even if I can understand what you're saying, the subtitles are on. One of my sisters, I know one of my sisters, Dina, loves it, Peaky Blinders, and the other one maybe watched part of it and stopped or hasn't gotten to it yet or something, but yeah. And then there's this new comedy murder mystery on Netflix, The Residence, and it's about a murder in the White House, and my sister Amy told me to check it out. She said she's in. I watched the first 20, 30 minutes of the first episode. I got to go back to it. I wasn't dragged right in immediately. So we'll see. Maybe I wasn't in the frame of mind. Maybe I'll go back to it. There's a couple of things before the weekend. Found this, for the last number of years, right, since the computer systems have gone in at a lot of these stores and places, the tipping system, right, has been discussed quite a bit. Now, there are some stats out about tipping habits as we get into 2025. The average tip is now 18.9%. It doesn't say if it went up or down from last year, but right, the average, it was always about 18 to 20%, give or take, was the number. All right, I mean, it used to be 15, right? But 18.9% seems in range, I think. It says men tip a little more at 19.1, women a little less at 18.6. Millennials, the biggest tippers, at 19.5%. So the millennials definitely giving in that way. The state of California leaves the worst tips, 17% in the state of California. By the way, servers in California make $16.50 an hour. So maybe that's why the tipping is less. People are tipping more where they know maybe the servers don't make as much. What makes us tip more or less? Quality of service, always the top answer. How much the cost will be, right? Sometimes we're like, we only want to, right? If your bill, for example, just this is off the top of my head. If your bill, and I don't know how this works out percentage-wise, but I'm giving you the mentality because I think this is how people think, right? If your bill is $65 for something, you'll probably leave $10, right? You'll get them to 75. Maybe if you're feeling ultra generous, you'll push it to 80. Again, I'm not working out the percentage in my head, but we have these cutoffs in our mind, right? If your bill is, $44, you probably even it out and leave $6 to get to 50. Round numbers to me are always kind of part of this. Unless you're if you're out to a fancy, crazy meal, right? And you go, and the bill, one of these crazy steakhouses, and the bill is $300, $400, $500, $600 or whatever, right? Then you're probably not rounding things. You're probably, what's the percentage? What's 20%? And you just tack on 20%. But I think we have these numbers in our head, right? How much it'll cost and where's my threshold. What makes us tip more or less? Social pressures and knowing what a server makes per hour. 80% of us always or usually leave a tip at sit-down places. Yeah, if you're sitting and you got waiter or waitress service, you better. You got to leave the tip. And, of course, what kind of answer do you want to this? Has tipping gotten out of control in the past 5 years? Yeah, the popular answer is yes. 71% say yes. That's just because every store they go into, there is a computer screen that asks if you want to tip. That's why you feel like it's gotten out of control. I think at a sit-down restaurant, there is a way to conduct yourself, and you got to take care of your server. So big shout out to all of those that are waiting on us. Thank you very much for doing that. We appreciate that. And then we're gonna get to national days in just a little bit, like about less than an hour, late 8 o'clock hour. And at that time, I do have something to go along with National Single Parent Day, and a list of things that are called unpopular parenting opinions that people stand by. And we will get to that when we do our national days. Your Bald and the Beautiful Entertainment comes up next about 8:12. National Days and Good News Stories coming up late 8 o'clock hour. List of the happiest countries is out. We'll deal with that as well. 50 or so breezy, some sunshine today. We do get that. 55 and sunny for your Saturday. 47 and sunny for Sunday. Phathead and Cande, My Country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.